guides our behavior, informing how we act, the decisions we make, and how we work with others to make what is right, how we respect one another, and draw strength from our differences. Yes, and on today's episode, we are discussing International Women's Day. That is what we are discussing on today's episode, and I am not the only one here. I have a guest with me, Citizen Lolawe. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode.
Thanks for having me.
Can you please introduce yourself once again?
I am Citizen Lolawe, the Executive Director of Eco Center for Transformation and Empowerment Initiative, Osogbo.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Ma, like I said, on today's episode, we are discussing International Women's Day. And the theme for this year, 2023, is Digital Innovation and Technology for Gender Equality. Ma, why this gender innovation for digital innovation for gender equality? Are they not enough? And women, plenty women, are they not in tech?
Well, let me first of all give a background information about International Women's Day.
Okay.
International Women's Day is a day set aside by United Nations to celebrate the achievements of women in economics, cultural, politics, and the social achievements of women. Women like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, Funke Okpeke, that is making rave in the tech world, like you just mentioned. We also have Damilola Odufuwa. We have now Tomi Singh Ugunubi, who is just 16 years old.
Wow. And
then she participated in a competition that involved about 170 countries, and she emerged the winner as the winner of the competition that had so many other other children participate in. Boys and girls participated in that competition, but she emerged victorious, and the competition involved about 170 countries. So I just want to salute her and then use her to encourage other girls to emulate her. The sky is a limit. And I also want to encourage parents to appeal to parents to encourage their girl child not to shy away from pursuing courses in mathematics and other science subjects, to be able to go into take up a career in technology and engineering.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Ma, is the rise of women about the fall of men?
No. The rise of women is not the fall of men. And why we're talking about why the theme for this year is because it has been noted that we have fewer women
in technology.
Because fewer girls go into science, take science courses. And then if you do not offer science courses, you cannot proceed to take a career, to develop a career in either sciences or engineering. So women are lagging behind. In order to bridge the gap, the gender gap, that is why this year's theme is focusing on women. How can we help women?
Even if you don't take science courses in school, you can still do this.
Yes, like even ordinary women that are no longer in schools, how can we help them to acquire technological or computer skills? How can they make better use of the handset that they carry about? So many women carry very expensive handsets that can perform so many functions, that can simplify, that can help promote their businesses and even simplify their day-to-day living, but do not know how to put that piece of technology in their hand into full use. There's the Google Calendar that can be used to help women organize their daily and weekly and annual activities, guiding them, prompting them on when to do what, and then they can also, it's a powerful piece of technology that they can use to promote their business. You can be in Nigeria and be dealing with people outside Nigeria. We want, the only way to grow our economy is to is to go into export business. But if you do not know how to use the piece of technology in your hand to promote your business, to make your business known to the rest of the world, because we now exist in a global village. The world has been reduced to a global village because of technology. So, and if women do not take advantage of what is available, and then how do we grow our economy? How do we improve the GDP of our country? How do we improve on global economy? How will corporate organizations also improve on their profits? So these are the reasons why this year the theme is on digital innovation for gender equality, that there is a need to bridge that gender gap.
Thank you very much, ma'am. How can women have access to these things?
Through training, empowerment, training, encouraging girls to also go do
science courses.
Be very good. Make sure there's no big deal about mathematics, because that is one area that's one subject that often scare girls away from offering science courses. Mathematics is about knowing the definition and knowing the
basics.
The basics. I actually want to say once you know the principles behind every equation that you have to solve, you're good to go. Then all the name, we say almighty formula. There's not only God is almighty. See, the name we give to some things, it makes that thing scary. When you hear almighty formula, students become scared of that course. But there's nothing almighty about it. Only God is almighty. So girls, please go settle, put your mind in it, know that you can do it, put up your can-do spirit, and break every boundaries, and then you make your family proud for doing that. We have Ngozi Okoji-Iweala, who has done Nigeria proud, who has done women all over the world proud, who has broken a barrier, being the first woman to be appointed the Director General of the World Trade Organization, the first African to occupy that position. So she has done not only her family proud, she has done the country proud, she has also done the world proud, she has also made Africans proud.
That people can even make reference.
Africa, it means Africans can occupy that position.
That we should not limit ourselves.
We to our circumstance, to our situation. The fact that we are Africans does not mean that we cannot compete favorably with non-Africans. She has broken that jinx.
Yes, she has.
And so there's nothing stopping women from taking up science courses in science-related areas, from going into engineering. There's no reason why a woman should not be an electrical engineer, a mechanical engineer. I remember this lady that used to be in Lagos, I don't know if she's still in Lagos, the woman mechanic. She had a foundation that was training girls and women that were interested in mechanical engineering. And men usually prefer to go to her mechanic workshop to get their vehicles repaired, because whatever a woman is doing, she does it very well, especially in areas that is usually not predominantly an area where you find women. the areas that the society has assigned to a specific gender. So now women and girls are breaking into gender specific careers. We had Tolu Arotile, may her soul continue to rest in perfect peace, who was flew a fighter jet that had never been flown by a Nigerian before. She was the first to fly that fighter jet. I was so proud of her when I saw her teaching even the president how to operate the fighter jet.
Thank you very much, ma. Ma, is gender balance solely a woman issue, but an economic issue?
It is not solely a woman issue. It's a societal issue. Because when you there is this common saying which says, when you teach a woman, you have taught a whole village.
Yes.
So if you empower a woman, you have empowered a whole country. Because whatever a woman makes, she takes it back to her family. You see it in the improved standard of living of her family. You see it in the academic performance of her children. You see it, and then it also gives the woman the opportunity to also contribute to the development of her community, not just her family, but even the community
and the society at
large. So it is not just a fundamental human rights issue. It is an issue for everybody, because when a woman is free, the man himself is free. Gender equality is not about wrestling for power with men, but it's about complementing what men are doing, making life easier for men. If a man is bringing 50% to the table and a woman is able to bring 50% to the table, it means that the family has 100 to spend. But if the man is only one bringing something to the table, because of the way society has socialized, we have been socialized in our society, that a man must be the sole breadwinner
and the provider
the provider of everything that the family needs, whereas the woman is being overburdened with the care of the family. Whereas these responsibilities can be shared for the good of all. If the effort of the man is being complemented by whatever a woman is able to do, life becomes easier and more comfortable for that man.
Thank you very much, ma. Ma, you said like if the woman is helping out, the men too, they are free, and the women are doing better, and they too will feel better because the women are helping out. That brings me to this question: that what is bias and how does it play out?
Bias is when you discriminate against a person. You do not you feel that the person is not good enough just because of her gender, of his or her gender. Like in this part of the world, there's this male preference. It's a bias. That's a bias against women, that men are superior to women. Yes, men can be physically stronger than women.
Okay.
But there are instances where we have some women who are physically stronger than the men. So you do not put all of us into one box, a straitjacket box, and say all women are weak and all men are strong. And that's why we have men dying early, prematurely before their time, because they are being overworked. And then they are also forced to bottle their emotion. They are unable to express their emotions when they feel like crying, but because they want to be a man, they bottle it up. That's killing them gradually. And that's why in most homes now you find female family heads because their husbands are late, because of the pressure, unnecessary burden that society has placed on the shoulder of the man. And that's why when a male child is born, he's named Aki, he's named Shegun, that he's giving the impression that he has come to this world to walk and walk and walk until he drops dead. Whereas God created, I'm a Christian, my Bible tells me that God created a woman to complement the man. And he created both equal in his image, in his perfect image. So it isn't that one is intellectually superior to the other, as which is the impression that we often give, that men are more intelligent than women. Yeah, we may have some women that are not as intelligent as some men, just as we have some men that are not as intelligent as some women. And then we give the impression that women are created to be just caregivers. There are some men who, by nature, are better as caregivers. But because of the way they have been socialized, they are unable to develop that skill that God has deposited in them. And it's the society that is missing. But I thank God that this is changing. In the past, women are usually encouraged to go into arts, to take up careers in arts related areas, whereas boys are encouraged to go into science and engineering and so on. Boys used to be encouraged to become doctors, while girls were encouraged to be nurses. When children are growing up, you buy dolls for the girl child, you buy engineering tools for the boy, you buy doctor sets and so on for the boy child. But for the girl child, you buy her makeup kits, you buy her dolls, you buy her cooking sets, giving her the impression, conveying the idea that is her field.
And some are we doing it consciously or unconsciously?
I think it is being done unconsciously. Because that is the way we were also raised. We didn't know that, we didn't see any harm in what we were doing. And that is why that must change.
Thank you.
Then, in the home as well, in distribution of tasks in the house, we ask boys to wash cars where they become attracted to the parts of the car, and then we are already developing their interest in engineering, in mechanical engineering, whereas girls are kept in the kitchen, taught how to cook. Boys, when there is something to be fixed in the house, boys are often encouraged to get it fixed, whereas girls are encouraged to know how to make hair, how to care for sick members of the family. I think what should be done is that parents should assign tasks to both equally. If a boy is washing the car this week, a girl should do it next week. If a girl is in the kitchen this week, a boy should be in the kitchen the following week. That way, we will raise balanced children, and we will have a gender balanced society, which will serve everybody.
Thank you very much, ma. Advocacy, inclusive mindset, and tangible actions needed from all of us.
Yes, everybody has a role to play in forging gender parity in the world. I think men should actually take the lead.
Why?
Because if women are not free, men will never be free. I just told you now that we have more men dying prematurely than women.
Is it because of the roles they play?
The burden that society has put on their shoulders. You find men doing 2-3 works just to feed, to keep the family going, just to put food on the table, pay medical bills, send the children to school. Whereas when a woman is earning something, the society has made her to believe that the money is for her and not for the family. That wasn't the intention of God. The intention of God at creation was to make a woman complement whatever the man was doing and make the man complement whatever the woman is able to do. And that is, even in science, you see, they say like poles or like poles attracts. That is, what is deficient in the other party, you have. And then that is when you are able to complement what he's doing or what she's doing.
Thank you very much.
So men and women must advocate for gender parity, including children. Children must talk to their mates about the importance of gender parity in the society. Our leaders, the parliamentarians, must sign that, ensure that the gender bills at the National Assembly is signed. They must ensure it is a duty for them to ensure that it is signed, for us to have, for the society to grow, and for us to have a gender balanced society that will serve the good of everybody.
Thank you very much, ma'am. What advice do you have for mothers at home, because they are the ones that are always with the kids?
Yes, while talking, I already gave an idea. Gave an advice that parents should ensure that they assign tasks to their children equally. They should praise them equally. They should also encourage girls to voice their opinion on issues. They should also ensure that instead of tailoring the minds of their children towards a particular career path, they should help them to discover who they are. And develop their potential to become who God intended them to be. Girls should not see themselves as that the only thing they have to offer is their beauty. No, they have something more to offer the society than the beauty. And the media must stop projecting women as sex objects. Musicians must stop using half-clothed women to promote their music. And girls also should value themselves and see themselves as being equal. They are not here to please. We are not, girls and women are not men pleasers.
Wow. Thank you very much, ma. And thanks for joining us on today's episode. The topic we are discussing is International Women's Day, which is March 8th. That's tomorrow. Yes, and we should not forget that good parents, especially mothers, help to create good citizens that enhances a better society and impacts positively on our world. Yes, this is what good parents do. My name is Mariam Owodani. Thanks for joining us on today's episode, ma. This is where we are going to be ending today's episode. Bye for now.